Hello everyone, today I am going to cover green screening in Adobe After Effects. I've had several people ask me about green screening and how it works. The basic of it, essentially you have an object or a character in front of a quote-unquote green screen and you have them there because you want to bring them forward in front of another scene. To kind of show this concept, I'm going to refer to a project that I did in college a few years ago. It was a movie trailer. This scene was the opening scene in the trailer. Basically, it was my little brother coming into the front yard, looking up and seeing a robot in the front yard. So let's quick take a look at the footage. And let's take a look at After Effects and see what's going on here. So we have 3 layers in Adobe After Effects. The first one, Kobe, my little brother, you'll see if we turn that layer off, he is simply just green screened onto the footage. Then we have the robot that is placed onto the footage of the front yard. Now, this part of the project, the robot, was actually the most difficult. You're going into 3D modeling in 3ds Max, bringing the model over, lighting it correctly. For now, let's just say this footage here was given to you and you just want to put the little brother green screened in front of it. So that being said, I have the original footage so we can kind of see what it started as. It just so happens that he was standing in the front yard in about the same spot. So let's go ahead and dive into this footage. We're going to do a new project. Sure, we'll save. And we're going to do an import. You got to import the green screen file and drop it onto your timeline. We're going to jump to somewhere in the middle just as a good starting point. What you're going to search for in your effects is key light. That's the effect that we want to drop on over to the footage. And when it does, you'll see it open in the effects window. If you don't see this currently, just go to Window, Workspace, Effects, get your workspace set up how you want it. The first step is to select your screen color. And in this case, we're going to select the green. And right off the bat, you can see it's pretty good. My little brother here is looking pretty transparent and ghostly. We want to fix that, but you can see it took that green and took it all out in pretty much one shot. So what you're going to do now, this next part, I'm going to mess with all these settings. It's going to be pretty specific to your application, so don't quote these numbers because your project's going to be completely different than mine. The first thing you want to do is look at the black clipping and the white. So let's bring them back. You kind of just mess with it till you get that look that you're going for. Keep an eye on your edges. Make sure you don't have too much green. Make sure it's not clipping too much where it looks kind of goofy and too sharp. And for now, for the sake of this video, I'm pretty happy with this. Like I said, depending on your project, it could be completely different. Now, this is all good, but one of the mistakes we made when we filmed this is not have the green screen fit the whole screen. So you can see, the edge of the yard here. So what we're going to do is create a mask. So what you can do, select the layer and take the pen tool. And we're kind of just going to draw a very rough shape around here. And what you can see happens is everything that is outside of that mask won't show up. So we're kind of going to scrub through. Now you'll see as I scrub forward, we're actually clipping down here. What's nice, if you don't know this already, oh yeah, we want to jump it further here too, is once you have your mask, it saves it on this layer. You can drop down and you can actually animate them. So you can keyframe it. So we're going to start, this is our first frame, and then I'm going to move it. And then you can skip ahead. And we can see it starts to cut here. So let's move this out to here. Nope, we still want to cut some of that shadow. Okay, and that right there I am pretty happy with. Like I said, it's not going to be super pretty, but just for the sake of this video to get the concept out there, this is what we're going to go with. Now that this is done, we're going to go to composition and we're going to render this out. render as PNG sequences. This means you are rendering out each individual frame as an image. And then you would go ahead, pick your folder, render it out, and you would hit render over here. I have actually already rendered it, so we can skip this part of the video. We're going to go back to that project. So we would go to import, file, go to your sequence once it's rendered. Now you'll see you just select the first image in the sequence and make sure PNG sequence is selected. Adobe Premiere is the same way. They are both set up to handle this, and it works really nice. So if you hit import, it just imports them as one file. Now you can drop that sequence on, and there it is. That is the basics of green screening. Now, just another little nugget. I learned this from my teacher, Andrew Smith, at Ferris when he was teaching there. You can do what's called a light wrap, and I'm going to show that in a later video. A light wrap is basically where you're taking the color and the lighting from like the edge here and putting that on the character, because technically he wasn't filmed in the same spot. So I actually have light wraps saved. That way I can just copy and paste them and edit them. So I'm going to, like I said, I'll do that in another video to show how to do it. But I'm going to copy this one that I had before and paste it on to this layer. And you can see on the edges, he is now borrowing lighting from the scene. We'll go ahead and turn that on and off. If you watch his head, you can kind of see that he is getting light from up above. You can adjust that, but like I said, that's just more little details to make your character fit in the screen better. So that's the basics of green screening. If you have any questions, please comment in the video, like and subscribe so you can see future ones. I did forget to mention that this concept is very similar in Adobe Premiere. If you're more comfortable editing in Adobe Premiere, I believe the key light function is called just color key in Premiere. The reason why this was done in After Effects is because all of the lighting and everything that was happening with the 3D character, like I said, that would be another video. But you can kind of see within here, there was just a lot going on, a lot of layers, a lot of different lighting to make him fit in the scene better. So that's why I chose After Effects, but the concept is pretty much the same for Premiere. Thanks for watching. Like I said, ask questions or like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. Thank you.